Hey pancakes! Hello to the ever dwindling number of you that basically have been vanishing more and more every video I publish. And that's because you people can't seem to understand what the fuck I'm trying to say. So, you've seen the title, you know what this is about, you know what I'm going to be getting into, so I'm just gonna fucking get into it. And this is definitely going to be an old lady rant, a get off my lawn type rant, absolutely. But it's just, I feel personally it's justified. I think nobody else is saying it, so I think it's fair enough that I'm the one that says it, because everybody hates me anyway, so might as well be the one to say it, and I don't get paid for this. And that's a great segue into what I'm going to be talking about. YouTube has lost its soul. Like, not to be a pretentious douchebag about it, but it really does seem like YouTube has completely lost its way. It used to be an alternate to what TV used to be, what TV was demonized as, and instead TV is actually a bit more palatable than YouTube has become, because I actually don't have cable, so I don't know if TV is any better than YouTube, but I do know that YouTube has essentially become what cable used to be, especially in the 90s. And what used to be an honest, open platform about people coming together and telling their stories through shared videos and responses and tight-knit communities and things like that. Like, I joined in 2007. I didn't start making videos, I think, until around that time, maybe around 2010. And I know I didn't start getting actively into videos until around 2010, between 2010 and 2015, because I was really, 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 really active. Yes, in the atheist Google Plus community, to the point where if you actually look back on a video in that time era, one of Jacqueline Glenn's before she sold out as a complete and utter gender traitor, stuck in 1970s, not even 1970s, the suffragette feminism, and only white suffragette feminism. If you look in the videos before she sold her soul too, I'm actually in one of them. I took a picture and sent it to her, and she included it in one of her videos. So I will be forever tied to that woman, even though I can't stand her now, and she's just one of the reasons why I left the community to begin with. Now, this is my second attempt filming this video, so if I'm a little bit rushed or impatient to get to the point, that's why, because I didn't save it properly, so I'm just a little bit annoyed. And also, if I look a little sweaty, it's because I've just come back from a walk with my mom, so eat me. Anyway, I still look damn better than a lot of you who keep on subscribing, leaving nasty comments and thumbs down, because you can't seem to take A, my content, or B, my comments that I leave on other people's content. And that's another thing, like, parasocial parasites really do exist, and the people who prey on them they plan it that way. That's how they make their bread and butter. Like, back when YouTube was still, like, in its diapers, like, when we were still trying to figure out what exactly it was, there was a lot of video responses, a lot of live chats, a lot of live streaming stuff, and things like that, and slowly but surely YouTube was starting to monetize channels, especially channels that would draw in large audiences and bring in, like, a lot of views and a lot of hours of content that people could just look through and everything like that. And I think that's what actually began the whole selling out thing. Now, I want to make this clear when I say selling out. I'm not demonizing everybody who makes money on YouTube. That's not what I am saying here. Because I'm actually a huge fan of a lot of YouTubers on this. Like a lot of YouTubers who are basically, who have monetized themselves, their channels, and have made a brand of themselves. But there's a difference between those people and the people who are what I like to call the YouTube 1%, who basically are at the top. They always get, like, a bajillion views no matter what it is, no matter what you do, and there will always be masses upon masses of people willing and ready to defend them no matter what they have done, said, or continue to do, and never apologize for or make up for. And I've been losing some subscribers left and right because of this, because I've been speaking out against this. And a lot of the 1% are people who are very big on BreadTube, and also who are very big on Let's Plays. And again, I also am a huge fan of the Game Grumps. They're a brand. What's the difference between them and the other people? Well, they know, they are self-aware, and they're also down to earth, and they don't pretend otherwise. They don't pretend that they are what they're not. And what the people I'm talking about are the people who pretend to be just like the rest of us, just like the people who can't make money off of this, who can't make a career off of this, who can't spend gobs and gobs of dollars renting out buildings and costumes and huge sets and lighting and things like that. And it's just, it's one thing to sell your art. I think this is the difference. Like, the people that I seem to follow are more like artists, whereas the sellouts that I can't stand, who piss the fuck out of me, and who I tend to criticize a lot in my videos, they're not. They're just completely, either they're absolutely playing everybody, or they're absolutely oblivious to, they're completely unaware. They're unaware of their lot, what they're like, and what their careers actually are. Oh, and it's just so painful because it's so hard to tell the difference if it's a parody or not. Like, I had never thought I'd see the day where a renowned person who considers himself the everyday philosophy expert, defending and lauding up the most horrific pedophilic novel in existence named Lolita, and the way that it was structured was in order to keep monetization, in order, like, to basically to be dishonest in order to keep his money, because that's all he cares about. And that's just one example. And we're not going to go into Twitter right now, even though if you check in the description, you'll notice I do have a new Twitter account. So, and I promise it won't be as political and as charged as the last one. I may occasionally retweet some political stuff, but it won't be full of cussing, and I won't be seeking threads, people onto my threads and shit like that. That stuff's over. So that's going to be in the description below. It's at disabled androg 1. So we're not talking about Twitter, we're talking about YouTube. And so just the dishonesty, the constant dishonesty of this, like, this is the whole, I'm just like you, I know, you're not, like, and in fact, you demonize the people that actually give you your money and keep you on the top of the food chain. It's just very gross to me. And I miss it when it was a forum, not a marketplace. That's it. Like, that's exactly what that just basically, I should have just said that and just left it at that and like made it a 10-second video. YouTube is no longer a forum, an open forum. It's a fucking marketplace, and it's just so gross. And I'm kind of hypocritical because I make videos, but at the same time, I don't ask for money. I have never in my life asked for a goddamn cent for myself on this fucking page. And on this page, anywhere. I've never done paid commissions. I've never, ever sold anything. Like, ever. And I can't even sell any of my stories anyway, even if I wanted to. And I don't have a PayPal. I don't have anything like that. And I will never monetize this channel, even though at the beginning I did think about monetizing it. And I decided not to because I couldn't commit to that kind of gross betrayal of my own integrity when others could. And again, I'm not saying people, all YouTubers, there's a lot of YouTubers that are fucking amazing, that I love, that I'm entertained by, that I wish I could give money to if I wanted to. They deserve my money and my respect. What bothers me are the people that don't deserve my money or respect or anybody else's, and that they still get it somehow because that's how they prey on people. And that makes me sick. It makes me sick that YouTube has become that. I said like YouTube poop, YouTube puh, but it saddens me that it's become YouTube. It's that YouTube has become something like this, that this kind of sellout market has like, Google is a conglomerate that doesn't care about anything but money, and therefore they have to make their brands care nothing about money. And so these people, they go around and they skirt the lines. They make sure that they can stay within like the slimmest of boundaries so that they can still somehow get their money and they're all Marie Antoinettes, and again, it's ironic it's called BreadTube. It should be called CakeTube, because it should be called CakeTube, because they're the 1%. These fuckers are CakeTube. The real BreadTube are the people who actually have integrity and compassion and respect and empathy for other people, and their money that they get are not at the expense of other people's pain, sorrow, embarrassment, and misery like a lot of other people's. And they're not blinded by flash, pomp, and circumstance that absolutely means nothing. Like, it's all sound and fury, meaning signifying nothing, and yet a lot of people demonize me and fall for that. And I get it. I've always been the bad guy. I've always been the bullied. I will always be that. But I've never been called a bully before, and that's what makes me really, really accept the whole parasocial parasite thing. Because that kind of thing is like, you defend someone and anyone, no matter what they do, even if the criticism that is given to them and about them is actually true and legit. And there's a difference between attacking someone and harassing someone and maligning someone and like sharp, acerbic criticism. And it's very rare that I go ad hom. It is. I try my best to stick to the facts, and whenever I criticize anybody off of CakeTube, I don't use their real names. I use their brand names, unless by any chance they happen to have an identity on YouTube that is also the same name as their real self. They don't listen to, they're just these parasites. They just don't listen to criticism. They don't want to. They just want to keep believing that the people that they send their money to deserve that money, even though they don't want to admit that they don't. They never have. They never will deserve your money. And they only want your money because they only care about preying on you for that money. Like, it's just this huge, disgusting chain of gross. And I'm so fucking sick of it. And again, I'm going to lose subscribers again at this point of recording. I think I have like 181. I'm probably going to end up with like 150 by the end of this week. And you know what? Bye. I don't care. You can go. Just go. Alaska, go now. I don't care, because thumbs up if anybody gets that reference without looking it up. But sorry, my voice is that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to get views. I'm not here to get likes. I'm here because I have something to say, and I don't really give a shit if I get paid to say it. I just want to say it. So I'm going to fucking say it. And you don't have to like it. You really fucking don't. Because it's no less true, regardless. You can argue it till you're blue in the face. I'm just going to be laughing until I'm red in mine. Because you are basically becoming what you pretend you're not. Pretend that doesn't exist. And all without any shred of irony. And that is the saddest thing. And that has become of this platform. It's overrun with these CakeTube motherfuckers that they just don't give a shit. And they don't care if you have absolutely nothing. They're rich off of your money. They just always prey on you. And it's gross. It's not the same thing as people who have a Patreon and have content on channels. There is a huge difference. And it's usually these channels that I'm talking about that have no soul are the ones that are like political, or like about really charged topics, like politics, religion, sex, and stuff like that. They're about really, really charged topics, and they're just all starting to blur and become the same, and they're all starting to show their true colors and how nasty they really are, and how money has just gone straight to their heads. Money, fame, being noticed, being the bully instead of the bullied. It's just a hypocritical Ouroboros of dumb fucks. It's like the most disgusting human centipede I've ever seen in my entire life, and I used to be one of those fanatics that would defend these people. You know, you can actually see past comments from me defending them on these videos that I won't delete because I felt that way, but aren't true anymore because I'm so fed up. I'm disillusioned and fed up, and you don't have to like this video, but it doesn't make it any less true. And honestly, just get off my lawn. Really, I don't care. And yeah, if you're done here, you're done here. Don't let the door hit you when nature hit you.